Horology is beautiful, horology is fine. I like to eat horologists, I don't think it's a crime. Yes, hello, this is Percival speaking.
Hello, Percy. How are you?
DGM, to what do I owe this pleasure?
Well, I've got a bit of a problem. I've completely run out of video ideas. I mean, there's only so much I can say about Seiko, and frankly, I'm not very chuffed with the new Presage line at all.
Oh, well, that bloody well is a pickle, isn't it? As I saw on the YouTube, lots of people are reacting. You react to a group of people, maybe look at their accessories, their wristwatches. You can react to their wristwatches.
Okay, cheers. What do you think, rappers?
No.
Athletes, maybe?
Hard pass on that one, old bean.
How about the royal family?
Those ghastly rotters, no. What about children? They're just so much more, tender.
Children, okay. I'll do that. Thank you so much, Percy.
DGM, let's say we go down to the seedy part of town and pick up a couple of partridges and have a good old fly by midnight, like back in 2008. I tell you, those are fiddly times, old boy. Fiddly times indeed, old boy.
Okay, hi guys, and welcome to the show. And today we're going to be reviewing a selection of children and their wristwatches. So before we get into that, got to do my customary wristwatch check. And today I'm wearing the blue Swatchy, beautiful 37 millimeter piece. All right, so let's get into the video.
Okay, guys, so first off, we have Ryan here, and he's proudly presenting his new watch. Now, it's kind of hard to see, but I believe that's a Hublot. No, actually, it's a Tissot. It's the, it's the Tissot Trace Chronograph, reference number T048417276570 if I correct. I believe it's that reference. So this is a great entry level watch, especially for a young man such as Ryan, and you can see the color coordination there is really on point. The red tunic he's wearing matches the face of that Tissot quite nicely, and I believe that's a composite strap he's got on there aftermarket. Quite lovely. It really brings out the red markings on the face there. So I would rate this whole look. I would probably give it about 7.78 out of 10. It's quite good, quite passable. B plus overall. So good on you, Ryan. There. So next we've got Dolores here. Now she's wearing a smartwatch, and you guys know me. I really, a smartwatch. Come on, Dolores, you can do better than that. It really just shows her ignorance of horology. It really kind of irks me when children are just kind of just have such disregard of the craftsmanship and historicity of mechanical wristwatches. So Dolores, I'm gonna have to give you a failing grade on that one. The color of the strap is all right. It's pretty good, but I would have to give you a 0.38 out of 10 on that one. It's ghastly, horrendous, awful, terrible choice on your watch, Dolores. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry, actually. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so we've got Cooper here, and he's wearing a classic, absolute beauty. That is the Squale 50 Atmos Lion Shark, which you really can't go wrong, and really at any price point. I would say that is a strong, strong option for a child's wristwatch. You know, Squale, they have such amazing historicity, and and the color too is quite elegant, matches his whole ensemble there. It's great, and you can tell that Cooper here is proud of his purchase, and so he should be. So overall, I would give that a 9.5 out of 10. There are other Squale options which I think might be a little bit better, but we'll save that for another video. But overall, I'd say that was an excellent choice there, Cooper. Okay, so moving on to Hunter here. He's showing off what appears to be a modified Casio G-Shock. Let's just look a bit closer. Yes, I do believe it's a Mudmaster, reference number GGB100. And now these watches, these G-Shocks, they just beg to be modded. And it looks like he put on a new bezel on there, some kind of composite material, and I believe the hands are aftermarket as well, and just a really great choice. Classic, rugged, everyday beater watch. Well, it will even work in a dress setting. Black tie, tuxedo. It's a very versatile watch, the Mudmaster. I have a few of them myself. So I would say that this would get, let's give him an 8.1 out of 10 on that. You know me, I kind of like to match my watches, straps with my my outfits. And, you know, he could have made a bit better choice. It's hard to see, but the strap, it's just the standard strap. He didn't go the extra kilometer and put on something better, NATO, Zulu, something like that. I think would really fit the ensemble a lot better, in my opinion. So he'll only get an 8.1, but it's still a decent score, reasonable, good work, Hunter. Could use some work, but pretty good, decent. Okay, so moving on from Hunter now. So we've got Gatherer here. Now, he has it's hard to tell, but I do believe it is, well, the other famous moon watch, Fortis. As you know, Fortis was actually on the moon before Omega, which is famously known as the Snoopy Man on the Moon watch. The Speedmaster went into space. However, before that was on the moon, the Russian cosmonauts actually got there first, and they were using Fortis watches. Now, Fortis is a brand that really doesn't get its due, unfortunately. Like I say, they were the first watch actually on the moon, and they've just got really a great historicity in the horological tradition. They had a lot of firsts. I believe they were the first wristwatch as opposed to a pocket watch. They had the first automatic caliber, as well as the first quartz movement. Just really innovative and amazing brand, Fortis. Check below in my description for some affiliated links you can click on for similar watches to this Fortis moon watch. All right, so moving on from Gatherer, we've got Gretel and Hansel here. Now, they are doing the double pattern right now with the two watches together, one on each wrist. 2 times 2 is 4. That's the double pattern, as opposed to the Schwarzkopf, which would be if it was just a combination of two, as you well know. So I can see some pretty good choices here that Gretel and Hansel have made. So why don't we just go from left to right here? And first off, we've got Hublot, great watch. It looks like the Big Bang 38mm reference 361 PG 2010 LR 1922, and this is actually a smaller version of a different one they made, which was actually a chronograph in 41 millimeters, which is also a beautiful watch. But I do feel on her wrist, the 38 millimeter uncomplicated version works really well, and she's got it on quite an interesting strap there. I would really love to find out what that is, however off the top of my head I just can't place it. So after that Hublot, moving along the line left to right, we've got the classic Pepsi, the Rolex Pepsi, and what can I say about that? It's an absolute classic. Then continuing on to Hansel's left wrist there. We've got another G-Shock, a great one, classic, in the lines of the Pepsi. Yeah, two different solid options for a classic sports watch. Yeah, they're hard to get, unfortunately, right now. Secondary or tertiary or primary market, either one. There's quite a long waiting list, and the prices are quite oh my goodness. The prices are quite exorbitant, but good for them, good for Gretel and Hansel, a couple of kids that have stuck to it and got a couple of their Grail watches. So, the classic G-Shock, I'm not quite sure the reference on that one, but it's a good, elegant one, and it fits his hand nicely. Okay, so moving on to Hansel's right wrist now. He has also, like Gretel, got a Hublot, is that how you say it? A Hublot. Basic model, quite lovely, quite elegant. Now, Hublot, they get a lot of flack. I know they're not to everyone's taste. They're a little bit loud, but I don't know, to dismiss a brand with such historicity is, to me, I find that a little bourgeois, uncalled for. I can't really fault any of these choices on Gretel and Hansel here. Great choices. So Gretel, I'll give her the edge. I'll give her about an 8.9 out of 10. For her combo, I like the primary colors she's got going on there. That was an interesting choice. And then Hansel, he doesn't quite have the style, I would say, as his sister there. I would, I'd only give him about a 7.6 on that one. Pretty good watches, but Gretel wins out on that one. Okay, so moving on to our last child, we have AC4 here, and he is wearing a Patek Phillipe Calatrava, reference number 42069, I believe. That's the white dial in yellow gold, and he's got that on a classic, I believe that's a crocodile strap. Quite an elegant classic choice. It's a little bit safe. I prefer to see him in a Rolex, maybe a Milgauss or something like that, but I have to admit that the Patek Philippe it's a good choice, although it is, like I say, a little safe, but it's a classic, understated. So considering his age, I would say that's a satisfactory choice. Could be better, but yeah, we have to keep in mind these are children, so a lot of them probably still do have a lot to learn about horology. They haven't quite been able to read through the amount of Wikipedia pages or internet articles that I have, so we'll give it a pass. So for AC4, I'd give him, you know what? I'll give him a 7.75, because I do quite like the elegance of this piece. It's a little bit small on his wrist. I'd probably go for something above 40 millimeters. That looks like it's about a 36, 37, 38, something like that. Hard to tell, but I think you could go a little bit bigger, just to get that wrist presence, and kind of just amp up the whole look a little bit. All right, so that does it for the children's watch reviews today. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, please like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, Tumblr, Tinder, the social media trifecta if you would, and we'll see you next time. Okay, ciao.